afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, October 7th. We are looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And so let's just put this in perspective, what transpired yesterday and today. We have an inside day today. So all we did today is spend the time and energy to get back to where we were yesterday, when it looked like we were going to attempt to test the 343.06 weekly high before Trump decided to tweet about throwing the stimulus out the window. And all we did was shake out the week longs and get shorts in a lot of trouble, right? In KL&M, and again after the close for the overnight. This morning, the overnight was up, trading in here, and so we open and drive, take out the single prints, and then spend a good part of the morning and early afternoon in a very happy place near yesterday's POC. We were 7 for 7 wide until things drastically changed. When a little nuance, we were 7 for 7 wide, couldn't get it in H. I popped D's high, and off to the races we went. Looked like we might have a P shape early. We had an afternoon pullback low in F, which at the time, before another little headline came out, looked like it wasn't going to be that far from E's low. And I was looking for a P shape until we pop it. And then it would almost have another P shape for the afternoon. So we just spent all the time and energy that they were doing from yesterday to get back where we were. So we should make for a very good opportunity tomorrow, since we have an inside day. And there's going to be a lot of different things to look at for how we come out of it tomorrow. So double distribution day. Today we spent today in the total upper end of the distribution. As far as my day, certainly got back on the horse, which I needed to do. Believe it or not, I didn't trade a lot. I traded some big lots, and most of them from the short side. I did take a long in B period. I did nothing in A. A opened up. Remember, I was looking to take a short against the singles if they held. Well, they didn't hold. They ran right up. B period opened. And I took the 338 calls and had a nice trade on that. Forgot exactly when I bought them, but it was an inside bar. I was looking. I think I probably took them right against E's low for the upper distribution. That was the lower of it, and above the opening, and took a long. Now C popped A and B's high. D popped C's high, but it went with no energy. So when C popped it good, but then went nowhere. It popped it early and it popped it hard and then sat there. So twice I took 341 put plays for very nice scalps because I didn't think we were going to have single prints that held if we even had them. And we didn't have them. But two nice 100-lot put plays of 341 puts back into A and B's range. Should have done it in D, but did not. And that one would have paid even nicer. My next trade was in F. Now this one I actually lost small on. F took out E's low. So I'm like, okay, the one-time framing up has stopped. We do not have single prints. Maybe we get some kind of a flush. So I was looking for some extension on the short and then look for an afternoon pullback. Well, it didn't give me any. So when F went back up above A and B's high, I said, I'm out. Even though we stopped the one-time framing up. And I'll believe it or not, I think the odds were pretty good the way we went back. If another headline didn't come out, E was probably, I don't know this for sure, but I'd say probably going to take out E's high and have a reversal bar. But then we got that vicious flush. I would love to have gone long, but I didn't know what the headline was. It was something with China. I didn't know if, again, the stimulus was off. I wasn't going to play innovator and say, oh, wow, I'm definitely buying. Yeah, it looks easy to say, well, I should have bought F's low. I'm out below the opening. But it happened so fast that wasn't going to be the case. So that did turn out to be our afternoon pullback. G was inside. We were 7 for 7 wide. H took out G's high. You knew something changed. Now, remember, I faded C twice, and I should have faded D, but I did tell the room, and this is why it's so important to see the market and how you see the market. I told the room something changed here. So the way I was comfortable shorting C twice and I should have shorted D, I'm not taking that same trade in I. Something changed. We couldn't get down to this POC. I couldn't even get down to H's low. Now, did I take the call play? I didn't. I tell this in the room all the time. You have to know yourself. Did I know I was going to explode and go like this? Not really. Yes, the triple Qs had single prints. I wasn't 100% sure, but I certainly didn't short it. I kept myself out of trouble. And then when J opened and couldn't take out I's high right away, I did take a nice large put play. Again, because we were getting a nice ebb and flow inside of I. And I made out okay on it. Then when J took out I's high, I'm like, that game's over. I did it again in K. When K opened, couldn't take out J's high right away. Took another one. I took the 342s in J. I took the 343s in K. And each time, I made 9 cents on this one for a quick $900. I made more than that on the J one. Now, is the long the easier play? Probably. Or one time framing up. But again, I've said this a million times. You have to know yourself. And I know myself. And by now, you guys and gals should know me too on the videos and certainly in the room. The closer we were getting to yesterday's high, I didn't want to be long, even though that was the thing to do, if you're comfortable with it. I'd rather have done what I did. And then I did nothing in L and M. I should have taken that trade one more time, late in L or in M. Now, where were my outs? My outs on those trades were if I took out J's high, which it didn't when I was involved, and if K took out J's high, which it didn't. I certainly could have done that again in L. After L made a new high and came in, I could have done it and been out if L made a new high. Or certainly if M took out L's high. And that would have paid me handsomely if I did the 343 puts again that expired today. But I didn't do it. And that's fine. I thought this market got a little tired when we got that two-sided trade here. Right? When we shot up, that's one thing. You want to stay out of the way. But once you get two-sided trade and you're getting three wide, something is, the tempo at least slowed, if that makes sense. All right. Destinations for tomorrow. Upside, 341.63 today's high. And 342.17 yesterday's high. And then above that, we don't have anything to 343.06, which is that weekly high I'm talking about. And then 345.40 afternoon rally high from September 4th. For the downside, we have the single prints. So we have a double distribution day. J's low to L's high is the upper distribution. D's high to today's low is the lower distribution. So the single prints start at 340.23, get filled at 339.88. Then we have F's low, which is the afternoon pullback low, of 338.51. Today's low of 338.09. And yesterday's low all the way down at 334.38. Let's go to the charts. Weekly and daily we'll look at. So weekly, the next big step. This is a huge hurdle here. This is a weekly high that when we made the all-time high and then came off, 342.53 was the following week's high. Well, we took that out. Not by a lot, but we took it out to 343.06 and then rolled over. So this is very important for me. Not only, because you see what happened here. We took out that previous week's high, but got no acceptance. What's acceptance? You want to close above it. And look, we rolled over and went from 343 all the way down to 319.80. It's a $23 move. Now, since then, we've been working our way back. But until we get acceptance above 343.06, nothing's changed for me. That's very important. We're still in balance. Now, the daily had an inside day today. I'm calling this a 3-day balance. You can call it whatever you want. I was talking to somebody in the room today. He had this as the whole balance. The bottom line is, it's still the same thing. 343.06, this day's high, which is September 16th. That's the key. But we can't get to 343.06 until we take out this 3-day balance high. That's how I look at it. Now, if we take out yesterday's high, I would say the odds are pretty good of going for that 343.06, especially since this is an inside day. So this is how I'm looking at tomorrow. If we take out today's high, we have a couple of things that could happen. We should certainly take out Tuesday's high, and I think we should at least test this daily high, 343.06. Then the big question becomes, are we just going to look above it like we did that other week's high? Well, if we do and come back in, then I want to be short. However, if we look above it and say tomorrow we close above it, well, then that's something. Now, one day wouldn't make a market, but that would certainly be some acceptance. And then we see where we go from there. So that's what I'm looking at if we take out today's high from the upside. If, however, we take out today from the downside, well, then you're certainly going to go test the 50 again. And then if we don't hold the 50, you're going to test the bottom of the 3-day balance, which is yesterday's low. So that's how tomorrow is shaping up. We take out the high. Do we get the weekly high? And more importantly, do we get acceptance? If we take out today's low, do we get the 50-day moving average? Do we get acceptance below that to test the bottom of the 3-day balance? We discussed this all day in the trading room. We had a half-hour discussion in M period about just today with the double distribution. This is for $20 a month, folks, while you're seeing my market profile stream live all day. Priceless information with excellent traders in the room. Come check us out. Good luck. I hope you had not good luck, but I hope you had a good day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.